Hi guys, this is Sarah from the Salt and Sugar of Life, and today I was reading a post online and I wanted to address on it. So, I have adrenal insufficiency, and with adrenal insufficiency comes people getting diagnosed every day. Here comes Aspen right now. Hi there. People getting diagnosed every single day. Come, lay down. So with the diagnosis of adrenal insufficiency, people are getting diagnosed at doctor's offices, people are getting diagnosed at the hospital, usually from an adrenal crisis, okay? But sometimes not. Sometimes blood work is ran with your primary care physician, and then what? So I guess that's the question that I'm getting to is, well, then what? What do we do after that, okay? So you need to get into an endocrinologist. And usually when you make this call to an endocrinologist's office, depends on if you're in a small town or if you're in a large town, you will get the same message. We can't schedule you for up to 3 months. Well, in 3 months, sweetie, without seeing an endocrinologist, you're gonna be dead. So we don't want that. We don't like people dying. I don't like seeing, that's terrible. And it's not necessary. So on that first phone call that you make to an endocrinologist's office, what you need to do, first of all, endocrine doctors, they see hormone patients. So type 1 diabetes, adrenal insufficiency, Hashimoto's, those are just a few. Other hormones. So endocrine doctors are where you need to be. Can a primary doctor see you? Yes. However, is their experience or expertise going to be extremely limited? Yes. However, endocrinologists also do not see many people with Addison's disease or adrenal insufficiency because it is extremely rare. Okay, so you can't wait the 3 months. Your secretary at the office just said, well, we don't have any openings for 3 months, so I'm going to go ahead and schedule you 3 months out. And you're going to say, no, I need you to wait. Don't say add me to a cancellation list. Don't say anything like that. What I want you to say is, hey, I'd like you to put me on hold real quick and go and talk to the endocrinologist that you have in the office right now. And what they will do and say, just let me explain the situation. I was just diagnosed with adrenal insufficiency and I need to see a doctor immediately. I'll hold and wait for it, okay? They will put you on hold and then they will go and talk to probably a nurse, probably not the doctor, a nurse or somebody on staff, okay? When that person comes back, they should schedule you immediately. If they cannot schedule you, if there is a legit concern or a legit, they can't get you in, they will let you know. However, endocrinologists and doctor's offices in general have open times available for emergency appointments, okay? They do not book their schedule out how we probably would book it in the non-medical world. So like 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. There are times during the day that they can get you in, okay? So do not listen to the person at the front desk who is telling you you're going to have to wait 3 months. As you're looking at a prescription, especially if you just left the emergency room, and you realize you don't have 3 months worth of medication. So what do? Okay, so when you get into that office or get into that appointment, which should be immediately, and I encourage you, you keep calling. They're not the only ones. You keep calling until you find an endocrinologist who can get you in stat, okay? When you go into that appointment, you need to bring your labs with you, okay? From here on out, your labs are very, very important, okay? They are what prove you have adrenal insufficiency. Without those, every doctor is going to want to retest you. Well, guess what? If you've already started steroids, you can't retest. It's impossible. So that's a problem. You can't retest. So if you do not have those labs, then you have no proof of anything. Basically, it never even happened. So you carry your labs into the office with you, okay? And that should be a whole different conversation. So getting into the endocrinologist is top priority, okay? If you cannot find an endocrinologist in your area, you want to look up an internalist, okay? So an internal medicine doctor also studies very similar to endocrine doctors, okay? Endocrine clearly is a little bit more specialized. However, I've heard great things about internal medicine doctors as well. They usually are pretty good doctors. So another thing too, when you walk into that doctor's office, if the doctor's not listening to you, if a doctor is telling you, I've seen hundreds of patients with adrenal insufficiency. First off, they're lying, okay? That's like going on a date with Joe, and Joe says, hey, does it matter that I'm 5 years younger than what I said? Well, Joe, yeah, it does matter, okay? So that doctor, if they're starting off that relationship on a lie, it's BS. We're gonna call BS and say, not gonna see you again. I don't need fake confidence. I need you to listen to me as a patient, understand what's going on, and help me get back to feeling good again, okay? When I was diagnosed with adrenal insufficiency, I felt like death. I couldn't speak. I had a very hard time communicating. That was my main thing. And so my mind wasn't clear. I was forgetting all kinds of things. So what I want you to do, if this is a brand new diagnosis, you need to write everything down. Write how you're feeling down. Write all of it down, okay? So that you can look back at. If you've started medication, write it down. What time are you taking that medication? So that when you go into the doctor, you can be prepared. Also, too, things that you have learned. I learned pretty rapidly what was going on. So I looked up test results online, all of that. And I took that and said, okay, this is what I believe needs to happen. Of course, very, very type A personality. And it's okay if you don't know, but it is good to educate yourself on what is going on with your body, okay? So if your labs come back showing that you have adrenal insufficiency, it's time to learn about it. There are tons of resources online as well. But first and foremost, get into that endocrinologist, get that appointment scheduled. Do not listen to the 3-month thing. It is silly to listen to it, okay? You don't have to. So that is my main message this morning, and I hope everyone has a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.